Hey guys, Barretus here and welcome back to Forever Stranded. So in the last video did we work on the steam turbines in the last one? I think that's what we were doing. It's been a few days, I should have checked. But yeah, we got the steam turbines set up. It's balanced now, I think. We just have to turn it on and get it running again. But I've been doing a little bit of work since then. I've picked up most of the basic capacitor bank system and set up auto crafting for the advanced ones, I think they are. So it's now capable of crafting basic ones into capacitor banks and then capacitor banks into vibrant capacitor banks. And I've had that auto crafting a few of them, so we've now got ones going all the way under to over there and along and down this center column. And then a few basic capacitor banks just left. So our storage is now, what was it, 270 million? And actually I need to get these things charged up too for today. But yeah, so I've done that. I also did a little bit of work down in the basement. So I've moved the sieving system. I dug out this whole area, moved the sieving system and set it back up over here. I put the power cable underneath, which actually made it look a lot cleaner. It's now set up to do gravel, sand, dust, and then this one here is the netherrack, and then this one is the soul sand. And then they all just go through their existing outputs. It's the exact same setup we had over there. I've just moved it over here and spread it out a little more so it's a little bit neater. It still just runs into this alloy smelter and then into the system. So on the bottom level, I moved the mycelium soul sand production system down to here, and I set that up so that it's creating. So I think it's just running permanently, same way it was before, but now it's filling up a basic drawer with 32 sacks of soul sand before it starts piping them into the sieving system. So we'll have a good little stockpile, and it'll always fill that up before it sends it to be sieved, so it'll make sure we always keep restocked. And then over here I've set up the lava, stone barrels with lava to create both netherrack and endstone. So this is a little different to how I had it set up previously. It now pulls lava into this fluid tank from the AE system, and then that's just dumped into all of these barrels. And then on this side we've got a level emitter set up for titanium dust. So it'll run the netherrack system in here into the sieving network until it has at least 256 titanium dust. I figured that was a better limiter than like trying to run it based on how much netherrack we had or anything like that, since really the only reason that we sieve netherrack is for titanium dust. So that's set up. I've also set it up so that it stores 16 stacks of netherrack and 16 stacks of endstone in here, and these are set up with the storage bus now, so we just pull them from here. It's not quite perfect because we can still sort of use up, like we can run into a situation where it's not keeping this stocked, but because we have enough titanium it's not going to produce more, if you get what I mean. But it's also set up to allow us to sort of just use the crafting system, the AE auto crafting, to generate those if we need to. So it's not too bad. We can request more of these if we need to. And yeah, so that's sort of what I've been doing between recordings. I'm planning to just keep sort of expanding this bit by bit. I want to move the actual lava production into here somewhere as well. Might go on the other side there and just start setting up like as many of those crucibles as I can and just get it producing as much lava as possible. But yeah, that's how all of that's gone. So I'm thinking today we'll probably look at the Woot system, get the spawner up and running, because I need to make... Oh, we are actually just completely out of power. So it's a blood moon, so I can't sleep through the night to get the solar panel working again. But yeah, so the vibrant capacitors need ender pearls, and we don't have enough ender pearls for me to craft like the rest of the capacitors that I need to fill up this battery area. So for now, we might fire up the reactor and start filling up what we've got here. So hopefully this will take a little bit of time to fill up. It won't be too wasteful to have the reactor running. And we'll start working on the Woot spawner. And even if we have to set that up and just run this directly into that, that'll be fine. So we should be able to kick this on. And I think we need to wait for it to get up to temperature. And then we'll kick the turbine on. So as soon as this sort of stabilizes, although that is climbing quite high. These are still set up. Oh, okay, it might need to run or it's just going to overheat. So let's disengage the coils and activate the turbine. So it'll start spinning. And okay, yeah, so the heat's dropping now that it's actually outputting some of its steam. Right, that's good. So this will keep spinning. So I think we want to wait till this gets up to, what was it, about 1800 RPM, and then we'll activate the coils. And I think it'll slow down a bit, just because of the fact that we don't have 80 blades going means it'll slow down and we won't get that perfect 1800 RPM. But that's okay, it's still going to produce way more power than we need. Okay, just because I don't want to wait for it, we're going to activate the coils at 900 RPM, and then I think it'll slowly build up, but not as quickly as it is now, but that's fine, as long as we get generating some power. So let's do it. Engage the coils. The rate of increase slows. It filled up the buffer instantly. And actually, the issue now is that these aren't going to be outputting anywhere near enough. That is actually something I forgot to even account for. We need to get like, what's this outputting? 22,000 RF, 2200 RF. So we need like 4, 5, yes, 6 of these connectors, 6 HV connectors just to get this, just to collect all of that power. So I might have to look at doing that later. Input is 13,000. Interesting. Okay, but it is filling slowly, which is good. We should still have power to everything. So now we can look at getting the Woot spawner set up. So if we get our Woot manual and our hammer. So, welcome to the user manual. Never again will you have to mess around with spawning. So we need a Yar hammer and some dies. Use the Yar hammer and obsidian to hit it against the die and some materials to craft. Get the hammer, die, and obsidian back. Create 1 each of the 7 dies and they will serve you the lifetime of your factory. So if we search for Woot, so I imagine it's talking about these dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So we already have the shard die, don't we? Yes, we made one of them pretty early on to get the cooling coil. So we just need to make the rest of these. So obsidian. Alright, probably just do this in here. So casing die, done. Connector die, done. Plate die, done. Shard die. We've got the skull die, the mesh die. Oh, what do we need for that? Iron bars. Iron bars. Go, and back to that. Mesh die. And prism die. Alright, so we've got all of them. Now, back to our Woot manual. So, to build a factory, a layout block and place it one block above the ground. Then show you which blocks go where in the multi-block. All factories require a bunch of blocks. Factory needs clear space in the sky, we're not worried about that. The mob prism stuff. Power and somewhere for the loot to go. Alright, so tier 1 factory. ATR if a tick. So tier 2 factory can do blazes. Tier 3 factory can do enderman. So we want to go for a tier 3 straight away. So it requires 13 grey, 14 red, 44 orange, and 52 green. And 5 tier 3 capstones. Alright, so first we need the layout block. Layout block. Which die was it? The factory casing. Wait, factory case. Oh, okay, I see. Which requires under iron plate. Which requires under iron, which is made from pulverized under iron, which is iron ingots and nether bricks. Okay, do we not have any nether brick? Oh, wait, it's the nether brick blocks. Okay, let's take our drill and go to the nether and just destroy a couple of fortresses. That'll do. I mean, we could set up auto crafting for it, but actually we probably need more than this even. It looks like this could be the core for pretty much everything, so we'll see. So let's get down here. Okay, so if we throw all these in here, get that, give me like 2 stacks of that stuff to start with. Guess we can just put these in the system actually, and the hammer. Alright, so what do we need to do with the under iron? So factory casing. Okay, we just need to smelt it. Easy enough. Get them in there. So it would be nice to set up auto crafting for these, but I think it struggles with the like Yarhammer stuff. Maybe we could try it. So if we told it how to make the factory casing under iron. So if we taught it that, and we put that in, Oh, now this could be interesting. Put it in an end one. And then we request 10 under iron. Okay, it does work. So it didn't get stuck or anything, did it? No, it was this one. They don't have items stuck in them. Oh, brilliant! It can craft them. Okay, I was worried about that. Well, we can just teach the system how to make it then. So if we get this under iron out here, and then we search for it again. Okay, so we can make a processing recipe of, no, not 10. One of those makes 1 ingot. Put that in the smelters. And that should be good. So then, what was the next bit? The plates for it, wasn't it? Under iron plate. Yeah, so let's teach it that as well. Processing. Oh, that was not a good choice. Search for under iron. There we go. So we'll teach it that as well. Put that in there. Okay, so we should be able to just request those as well. Request a bunch of plates. Actually, put those away as well. Right, so layout block requires one of these guys. Requires 4. We might teach it how to craft that as well. So if we request 4 of them, so it was able to craft them, and then we'll request the factory casing. Should have to make that as well. So if we put that in here, factory casing, give me 1 of them. Done. And then give me the layout block. Okay. So I'm thinking we'll put the Woot spawner over here somewhere. Okay. Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. Tier 4 is the highest? Okay. That is pretty cool. So let me just check. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Spawning of bosses, which is the wither boss. You'll need wither stars to create the white structure blocks. Costs 320 RF a tick. There's 8 Tier 4 capstones. Okay. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wide. So 11 by 11. So let's... How do we want to place this? Probably next to this guy. So this will be the corner. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will be the other corner. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be the middle. Alright, give me the structure block back. thinking I might put it one lower. That way it'll be flush with the ground.